Toyota knitters, I promised you that you'd get some more video when this one came out of the bath, and it's out. I need to test it again, so here we go. I thought you would like to see us setting it up for the ribber, because if that's new to you, it can be hard to figure out, even though the manual's pretty good. See these odd looking clamps? They purposely hold the main bed at this angle so the ribber can be at another angle, and they juxtapose the beds for maximum knitting success. So here's the first step. Look what we found inside the bed when Jack took the machine apart. This is a very nice little tool. This end is for picking up stitches. This end is a teeny weeny crochet hook. I did not know that Toyota had made one, but it's got a brand mark here. However, it doesn't do the innards of the machine any good. So this is why we take them out of their cases for cleaning. This along with several other things. This tool has been in there so long that I can feel pitting on the metal, and I will advise the customer to take a little emery cloth to it to make it more pleasing to use. But I believe it's still useful. See the bed wiggling? Jack is setting the ribber up. These clamps insert into a position on the main bed. And I'll let you watch him wiggle it just so you realize that until you've done it a few hundred times, it's not always smooth as silk. But that's where they go.
And there's one movable side, which is what allows you to line it up. But then, of course, it wants to wiggly-piggly around. So it kind of is a six-handed job.
I'll tell you the truth. This is not something I'm good at. I always let Jack do it. Partly, it's just that my arms are short, and I can't span the areas I need to span with my full strength. But partly, I've just never gotten good at it. Here's a good look at the ribber clamp clamped to the table. There are two. They need to be very firmly tightened down. Here and here. Otherwise, you'll get wobbling and walking, and you absolutely don't want that. Just giving you another look at ribber assembly. Again, tightness of the screw is utterly essential. Have a look. There's been a brace added. I couldn't film it happening because Jack couldn't keep his hands out of your view.
And the brace is part of the ribber.
So it flips into position?
Yes, on this Toyota, it's spring-loaded to the ribber, so you have to pull it down and slip it over the edge of the table.
And you also must clamp down the foot that sits on the table with your main bed clamps.
All right, since I have this end secured, let me come over and I'll undo this end so they can see.
Okay.
See that spring back up?
Oh, yeah, it's all gone.
All right, now it goes
Oh, look
back.
at you. Yay.
See, it's got a table side and an edge side. You put your clamp on and you hold it as far into the table as you can. And then snug it up.
And I want to tell you all something. We bought this cool new desk at the thrift store to use for knitting machine stuff. And it has a pretty rounded edge. And that is not going to work for this setup. We couldn't get it stable, so that's something to watch out for. You need a squared edge, like, there you go, like on this table. We're going to put the racking knob in.
All right, my finger is on the little slot that this goes into, and you can see it's got a tip.
Wait, we can't see because you moved out of the frame. Now we can.
It's got a tip that is squared off that must go in, and there's where your little spring-loaded ball locks. But all you have to do is feel it. You don't have to see it.
It pretty much goes in where it goes to.
And there it is.
And Jack's showing you now what the function of the racking is. It moves the ribber bed with reference to the main bed. That's how we get the positions where the needles either oppose or alternate, which is called pitch and half pitch in some brands. and it allows us to make things like full needle rib, and moving farther will allow you to make racked patterns. Now for single bed work, you lower your ribber. See this? There's one on each side. You press them and drop them down. And if they are well oiled and clean, it's no bigger of a deal than that. If they stick, they need oiling and cleaning, or they are bent. But these are okay.